on Facebook, Twitter, and all the other joints. It's Kev from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make some sense out of nonsense. So, today is Thursday. I hope you guys are doing well. Oh, somebody said Newsom and DeSantis debate. You know what? I'm going to have to watch that just for comedy. Boy, that's going to be funny. So, yeah, I'm going to have to check that out. So, we ain't going to be here long. I don't know what time the debate start, but we're going to try to get out of here right at an hour. We're going to do our best, y'all. And to do that, let me go through the preliminaries real quick. 6 p.m., that's an early debate. It's like going out to a club at like 8 in the evening. People are like, man, I ain't going to the club until it's about 11:30. But, wow, 6 p.m. Oh, well, I'll catch the reruns. So now hit that like button, share my videos, follow me on all the other platforms. Make sure my sound system is working fine for you guys. Can you hear it? Somebody said, much love from North Carolina. Much love back to you. As Michael Jackson would say, I love you more. Yes. Now, please text MAGA to this number. Don't forget to check out Kevin's merchandise store if you can. And let's see, if you want to contribute to the Help Kevin Stay Ahead of YouTube censorship and all of that crap right here, you always can help out with donating to the channel, which there's a link below. I do a monthly little fundraiser if you want to participate in that. Other than that, man, tap dance all over that like button. Now let's get started. Because we got some stuff to talk about tonight. Oh, I love it. Real gorilla. Real gorilla. Real gorilla. There's some kings in the building. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into some craziness because, you know, of course, we all know that the whole world is going crazy. Ran across an ungrateful. Somebody said they ordered a t-shirt today. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. Yes, indeed. And I hope that everybody else goes out and do the same thing. There you go. So now we all know that the world is going mad. And what's really crazy is how the madness is showing up in family members. And it's always the liberal, aggressive, crazy family members. It's never the conservatives where the madness shows up. See, they think we're crazy for having common sense. See, in the mind of a liberal, if they got a family member who said he voted for Trump or he supports Trump, they think you're crazy. But to react like they do whenever they hear Trump's name, whenever you run across something that they tell you is racist or whatever, then you go crazy. You go crazy. You can't have a good time with a liberal, man. It's just almost impossible. And the last 8 years have separated us even more, even when it comes down to things that we all used to unite over, like holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas and stuff. Now you got to go through the list with a fine-tooth comb. Okay, we got Bobby. He's 17 and he's in 12th grade. I know he's your sister's son, but his hair's purple. He wears camel toe shoes, and he has shotgun holes in his ear, and he walks around with a BLM flag on him. I don't know if we should bring Bobby this year. You got to go through and weed him out because Bobby might ruin the whole Thanksgiving dinner. Like this girl right here.
This Thanksgiving, I am personally giving thanks that my family is already well aware that I am not a keep the peace girly, and that if they say anything remotely racist, misogynistic, transphobic, or otherwise inflammatory and gross,
See what I'm talking about? She would be disinvited. There's no way I would bring her to the Christmas party, Thanksgiving party, nothing. She's coming in looking for trouble. She's coming in with her head on a swivel. She would be the person sitting right there at the table like, are you going to use that fork? Well, yeah. You know that fork was made in Malaysia where they're using sweatshop kids for, all of that. She would be that person. Why do you have a fossil fuels running in the house here? So we could heat the house and cook the turkey you're about to eat. Well, I'm not eating it. I'm protesting against the turkey. I'm going to glue my hands to the turkey so no one else can have it. She would be that person that you would have to just say, you know what? Come here for a minute. Come here. All right, now, look, you either settle down and act normal or get out. Because, see, conservatives could come in, sit down, enjoy the meal. If politics come up, you could talk about it. But what you're not going to do is flip the table, start calling your family members racist, white nationalists. This girl's head's been pumped with so much garbage. There's probably nothing anybody could say that she won't find a problem with. So now the whole family got to sit on eggshells, all in an attempt to not offend this little redhead chick right here.
I will be starting some shit and finishing some shit.
You little squirt, you want to be starting something, got to be starting something. You want to be starting something, got to be starting something. Too dumb to get over this chick right here. I'm surprised she ain't eating turkey alone. And she'll probably come in like, is this meat right here? You don't have vegan turkey? Oh, sheesh, you guys are inconsiderate. Well, there's 30 people here and nobody's a vegan but you. We didn't even know you was a vegan. You just assume we're supposed to know your identity when it comes down to whether you're a vegan or a meat eater. But since you're here, how about you just eat the turkey or don't eat it at all? But that would be her. That would be the person. You should know these things. You should always prepare a vegan because in a liberal's mind, the world revolves around the minority and not the majority. That's what would happen. It's let's destroy all the bathrooms because less than 1% of the people identify as gender fluid or transgender. So now we got to redesign everything for them. Yeah, we got to police speech because we got folks that are Gentile walking around and can't take something because they're triggered. They're triggered. So now all of us got to walk around with the button on the lips. No, I'm not doing it, man. I'm not doing it. So that's what we're producing right now in society. Angry white liberals and angry black liberals too, unfortunately. Angry liberals.
What are you grateful for today?
Grateful that I ain't got to sit next to you at the Thanksgiving dinner. That's what I'm grateful for. Because I lose my mind. Whole time she talking. Now they'll catch me looking at her like, don't do it, Kev. Don't you say what's on your mind. I got to do it. I can't let this go. And let that Pop-Tart have it. So let's go ahead and move on, y'all, because Michael Knowles got a lesson for her. See, this is how Michael Knowles said his Thanksgiving dinners and stuff would go. And I appreciate this right here.
Breeze drifting on by.
Yeah.
You know how I feel. It's a new dawn.
It's a new dawn.
It's a new day.
It's a new day.
It's a new life.
Well, and I'm feeling. Look at the liberals.
So, you guys hear Trump's running again?
And I'm feeling good.
Look at the smile. Man, if Michael Knowles don't look like that kid that plays in the Umbrella Company or whatever it is, I don't know, it's on Netflix. He looks like an older version of that kid, the little short, small kid. This is something that I know I would do just to see how some family members might react. And you can see the look on his face like he's waiting on a reaction, like I'm bringing this up just to see it. Oh, boy, this is great. Eating the food. Then he put the MAGA hat on with the flag in the back.
I feel.
Great. Yes, man. That's what would happen if that girl was at my dinner. I'd be like, oh, she's coming? She's coming? All right, let me get MAGA'd up. Instead of G'd up, I'll be like, let me get MAGA'd up. All right, go get my biggest MAGA hat that you can find. All right, let's see. Where's the, if I wrap myself in a Make America Great Again cape, they ain't gonna have mittens on, even though it's warm inside, with Make America Great. Passing everything, the whole spoon and everything. Make America Great here. Let me give you some more greens. Not with that spoon. Oh, well, you don't want it? Then fine, I'll take it. Yeah, the plate as she eats, soon as she clears it, see on the bottom. Made you eat. Make America Great Again. Make her flip out because she's that fragile. And then when she gets mad, you know what comes after that, y'all? Cry, baby, cry. Yeah, none of that intimidation would take place at my crib like she talking about, and I will finish it. These liberals need to learn a lesson that the world don't revolve around you. Now, speaking of somebody that the world does kind of revolve around when she walks up on the scene is Melania. She came to Jimmy Carter's wife's funeral and stole the show.
Here comes the real First Lady, Melania Trump, looking beautiful, as always. And here comes Big Mike. What are you hiding under that dress, Big Mike? Laura Bush. Nobody cares about Laura Bush. And here comes Hillary Clinton. Epstein didn't do it, by the way. Here's Bill Clinton. Didn't bring Monica today. And Jill Biden. First time she's not wearing drapes. And Joe Biden, let me tell you something about Joe Biden. Joe Biden.
Thank you, F. Joe Biden. Did you hear what he called? Do you hear what he called Obama's wife? Big Mike. Hilarious. Whoever did the commentary to that was wonderful. Yeah, but they were hating. They were hating on Melania. Now, you know what's crazy is Melania is as gentle as a woodland creature. She is, but she's brilliant. She's brilliant. And they found every way to try to paint her to be ugly and just couldn't find nothing to stick. I remember hearing them coming out talking about she's dumb. Look how she talks. And I said to myself, do you speak 7 languages? That's my question. I might do accents, but I don't know the real words. I make stuff up. This woman's brilliant. And they gotta look at her. Way she wear, she's with all of that because they are haters. She's the most classiest first lady I've ever seen. And they're up there talking about something. You know what? She's this and that. Look, she didn't even wear black. Anything they could find. She didn't even wear black. So what? When you're that gorgeous, you can wear whatever you want. Darn it. Came in with a shower curtain wrapped around me talking about some what? I'm beautiful. Now shut up. Let's get this thing on the road. Unbelievable. And then you got Jabba the Hutt. Now you know who I'm talking about. Somebody said I buffered. Am I buffering? If it's just one person seeing me buffering. Okay. Somebody said a butterfly amongst moths. It's true. She is. Now, with that being said, let's get to Trump because, you know, it all revolves around Trump, unfortunately. They just can't let it go. And Jabba the Hutt came out and he had something to say about it. And you know who I'm talking about. Misa Jabba.
Let me ask you, based on what you're hearing from voters, when Trump goes out and says incendiary things like calling January 6th prisoners hostages, suggesting that the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff should face the death penalty.
Yes.
Do voters notice? Does it make a difference?
Yes. It makes me want to vote for him twice. It makes me want to say, you know what? How many of these things I get? Just only one? All right. You sure I can't just act like a Democrat and go city to city and just vote? It makes me say, great. That's right. He's talking my language. He's not letting these obvious things go by as if they don't exist. That's why I see a lot of Republicans that will ignore the obvious while all of us are going, you don't see this? We're going to be talking about when we get to the end with this border. All of us are sitting around saying, you don't see this border messed up? You don't see what Mayorkas is doing? You're walking around acting as if you're not aware of all of this. Now you're trying to mess with my intelligence. Gaslight me by default. Well, I don't see anything. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. So if Trump continues to do what he's doing, it makes me know that he's staying focused on addressing these major issues in our country. And I'm saying, yes, these are priorities, man. These folks want to get Trump off their back just in case he wins. They want to get him to commit to ignoring all of the atrocities from these people. They want him to go in and say, all right, now that I'm in, let bygones be bygones. Nope. If you don't cut out that cancer, it will come back to bite you. The first round, yeah, okay. Y'all pulled it off. First round, y'all swore up and down that I was a tyrant. I was going to get in there and I was going to attack all my enemies and punish them and take over. And I didn't do it because I was trying to unite the country. But I see that didn't work. In fact, the sad part about it, they divided the country to get back in office. Now they're in office and still dividing the country. So their whole goal is to divide the country, period, whether they're in power or whether Trump is in power. So at this point, you might as well go ahead and just pull the trigger. Let them all have it. Dismantle all of the agencies. You might as well do it. And let the whiny behind RINOs whine. Let the Democrats flip out. And let all of these liberals roll all on the ground screaming, ripping out their hair, and getting mad at the dang on Thanksgiving party. That's what I would say. Because, hey, we need to get it right. I can deal with the fallout with them whining and crying and stuff, but I don't want people to have power that can destroy my life. I could deal with the purple hair guy screaming, talking about, you know what, you're a traitor to your people. I could deal with that, but I can't deal with the FBI showing up at my crib. I can't deal with the darn IRS rolling up on the scene with guns. I can't deal with that. So let the whiny babies cry, but clean this mess up. Listen to this. Here's John.
I think it does make a difference, John. And I can tell you from the turnout we've been having at our town hall meetings just in the last 2 weeks, we see people really starting to engage.
What?
And I think that's great.
Look at that. Look at that lively crowd at Christie's little function there, the town hall meeting. I think he did it at an elderly home. He picked the elderly home, and I bet you they don't even know. Oh, what are you gonna do about this, Mr. Reagan? I'm Crispy. Okay. Well, listen, John Kennedy. I was so sad to hear about your death. You never mind. Yeah. So, any other questions? Look, texting. Mum's the word. Does that look like a party y'all want to hang out at? I mean, compared to a Trump rally, music, people dancing to the beat of the rhythm of the night, dancing to the morning light. Forget about the worries of your life. You can leave them all behind at a Trump rally, and you show up to that. Crickets. Yeah, he's making progress. Holy moly. And he's making progress and gaining weight too. Jesus, oh man. I didn't realize that dude was that big until I just saw this side shot. He does look like Jabba the Hutt. He could play Jabba the Hutt right now with no extra costume or nothing. They ain't gonna, just rip the shirt off and that's all he needs. Is me so Jabba. Stolo.
Like, I want to go home.
Yeah, me too.
Smart government officials.
Look, sitting down on that table. Man, if you don't get off that table, shatter the whole thing and go through the floor.
Wake up.
Man, that dude looks like if you spread butter on the kitchen sink, he'd eat it. He looks like he's in a constant state of hunger. Teasing him. Let's see if we can get him to eat this chapstick by putting some butter on it. There we go. Crispy. Easy, Tiger. Easy. That guy right there is constantly hungry. So now, what does Joe have to say?
Wake up.
Wake up.
Honestly, I don't blame him.
Me either.
You've seen our numbers go up over the last 2 weeks.
Oh, really?
In the polls in New Hampshire.
Well, a CBS News poll finds former President Donald Trump holds a commanding lead over his GOP rivals in the 2024 race. 61% of likely Republican primary voters said they would vote for the GOP frontrunner today. That puts him far ahead of...
Oh, yeah. Jabba.
That's a problem.
Yeah, it is.
I don't need a competency test to
No,
prove.
what is the problem is your class. That's the real problem right about now. I'm surprised the doctor ain't waiting to check his pulse. All right, every 5 minutes, we have to check it, Crispy. We have to check it, okay? Yeah, he probably has an IV filled with gravy. That's it. More gravy, please. More gravy. Looking like Orson Welles. There'll be no wine until this time.
That's not good.
Woo! I tell you, Crispy. Now, why don't they go ahead and just drop out? Why don't they all just shut this mess down? I mean, heck, the Democrats pretty much did it anyway. We're shutting everything down. We ain't gonna have no primary or nothing. They ain't even give eight people a chance. But the Republicans leftovers are still running around thinking, I got a shot. They like Dumb and Dumber. So you're saying there's a chance. Unbelievable. But you know what else is unbelievable? When these people that are puppets don't realize they're puppets. It's sad. I mean, you could just about imagine if a puppet had some type of consciousness to think that it is controlling its own movements, its own thoughts, and all of that stuff. And they're totally unaware that there's somebody else pulling the puppet strings. And that's how I feel about black liberal commentators, black newscasters. Basically, what they are overseers to the black community. That's what they are. And yet, at the same time, they will accuse other black people who don't line up with their ideology as being manipulated, fooled, pimped out by white men, white Republicans. And the whole time they don't realize that they're the puppets. I'm about to show you one of the most amazing examples of a lack of self-awareness that I've seen in a long time. And it comes from none other than Joyless Reed. And look at this dude she got on her show and listen to what he says.
They want white supremacy by ventriloquist effect. There is a black mouth moving, but a white idea through the running on the runway of the tongue of a figure who justifies and legitimates the white supremacist practices.
Did you hear that? I mean, that dude just described the two puppets sitting right there working for a white company owned by white men, using them to come out there and say exactly what they want them to say, or they wouldn't be on that show. That is fascinating. The lack of being able to see, hey, I'm talking about myself.
That's not good.
This is unbelievable. This is crazy. He described him and her. Look at her. Both of them cheesy.
They want white supremacy by ventriloquist effect. There is a black mouth moving.
Like these two black mouths that are moving.
But a white idea through the running on the runway of the...
And white liberals are running those ideas right through these black folks. Get out there and get your people back in charge. In control. You understand that? I've been hearing a lot of rumors that they're walking away from the Democrat Party. Are you going to do your job? If you can't do it, we don't need you. You think these folks will be on MSNBC if the white liberals and globalists were not controlling what they say? These folks are the puppets. They have no ability to speak what they want to speak. They will be cut off so quick. They're only as good to these networks as their ability to come out and race bait and divide and push all of the white liberal propaganda that's coming from the top. Because the day that they start saying, well, you know what, maybe all black people shouldn't vote for Democrats. Maybe they should question whether the Democrat Party is doing anything for, that's the day they will get the boot. And this dude up here is really saying exactly what they are. He's projecting all over the place.
The tongue of a figure who justifies and legitimates the white supremacist practices.
Unbelievable. The lack of self-awareness in that whole statement, man, had me chuckling. I'm going, these fools have no idea. And the bad part about this is when conservative black people listen to these people on TV, that's how we see them. I see them as sellouts. They will be the quickest to call us sellouts. They would be the quickest to call us Uncle Toms, talk about we're manipulated, we're brainwashed and all of that stuff. We need to get back. And I'm saying, no, you don't even realize you're playing the role of the slave master's overseer. And you don't even realize. I know maybe, it's a come up on the money, because back in the day, the payment was just, I get to sleep, on the porch. Well, I get to sleep in the quarters, and I ain't got to go out there in the barn and sleep. That was their payment back then. See, I ain't got to worry about getting whipped and working the hard jobs. But now you're getting $7-8 million a year. Yeah, they coming out straight up doing the exact same thing as they did back in the day, and being controlled by white liberals. Unreal. But hey, it is what it is, and they're mad because conservatism is surging, y'all. We moving on up.
The city of Charleston, South Carolina has just elected their first Republican mayor in over a century. William Cogswell defeated a two-term Democrat incumbent in a shock election that saw the defeat of a staunch Biden ally and major U.S. city mayor. It's the first time Charleston has elected a Republican mayor since the 1870s, if you can believe it. In an op-ed for the Wall Street Journal several weeks back, Mayor Eric Johnson announced that he is indeed leaving the Democrats and switching parties, writing, quote, "The future of America's great urban centers depends on the willingness of the nation's mayors to champion law and order."
They better send Joyless Reed after him. They better send somebody out there to get that dude. He done skirted off that plantation like Kunta Kinte running. He out there right now running for his life. And I guarantee you they're going to send out black folks to go get him back in check. See, that's what these black liberal commentators don't realize. They got white folks, but they can only go so far. See, there's only so much influence white commentators can have on black people. So their goal is to act like we empathize with you. We're on your team. We support you. We recognize all of the systemic racism and the oppression that you guys have. But they can't come out there and criticize you like black commentators can. They can't come out there and say, man, what's wrong with you, man? You a sellout. Man, dude, you need to, you ain't black, brother, except Joe Biden. He went too far, see. Yeah, he is like, you know what, I'm pander-proof. That's what he thought. He thought he was pander-proof with that one. Yeah, so when he broke that out, everybody's like, whoa, easy. But the majority of white commentators, they go with the passive-aggressive efforts to say, we support black people, you know. And then when they see a black person go astray, then they just, you know, they bring on other black people and they question, do you feel like he maybe have turned his back on your people? Well, yes, I do. I feel like he done sold us out. Yeah. Bring that guy on to say what we can't say. Call them names that we can't do. Try to shame them. Because they know in the black community, your reputation is a lot. One of the things nobody wanted to be called was a sellout or Uncle Tom. So they use that crap to manipulate the black community. And then when they can't control us, then they send other black commentators, a lot of times women, out there to say black men are weak-minded and are being manipulated. That one really burns me up. Having women, because black women for some reason is just so loyal to the dang on Democrat Party, I just don't understand. But they will come out and they'll say, it's just because black men are so mentally weak, I guess, they're getting manipulated. So now this black man decided to walk away, and he was the mayor of what, Dallas?
And practice fiscal conservatism. Our cities desperately need the genuine commitment to these principles as opposed to the inconsistent, poll-driven commitment of many Democrats that has long been a defining characteristic of the GOP. In other words, American cities need Republicans and Republicans need American cities.
Give me some more.
We should also note that these two events, in effect, sandwiched the amazing series of elections in Louisiana, where the GOP had a perfect sweep of all statewide offices, most especially that of the governorship, where Republican Attorney General Jeff Landry trounced his competition in the crowded field of more than a dozen candidates. But again,
put another shrimp on the Barbie, mate. So wait, we putting shrimps on the Barbie? All right, what else? I'm sure there's more, because there's a conservative movement.
In many respects, this right-wing turn that's happening here in Charleston and Dallas and Louisiana goes way beyond just the United States. Just last week, there was nothing short of a political earthquake in the nation of the Netherlands, where their so-called far-right, their ultra-right, their Make the Netherlands Great Again candidate, Geert Wilders, won in a stunning landslide. Wilders is often compared to Trump.
And a landslide brought me down. That's what I like. Landslide, baby. I don't even want it to be close. That's why we got to come out in 2024. Because if it's close, you know they're going to steal it, man. They'll try to steal it if it ain't close. I mean, they would do, that's how desperate they are. It'd be like, okay, wait a minute. How many people are in this state? 5 million. Okay. How many votes did you get? 10 million. How many did Trump get? 5. So you got more votes than the people in the state? And yes, we accidentally overcheated. That's what we did. They would do something crazy like that. Not even balance it out. Like, and we're going to see what they've been doing in a few minutes when it comes down to these elections. But let's continue.
Both in terms of his style as well as his policies. And he campaigned promising that if given a majority in their next election, his party, the Dutch Freedom Party, would enact some of the most stringent immigration restrictions in the whole of Europe.
Good.
Virulently anti-Islam. He sees Muslim immigration as incompatible with Europe's Christian civilizational heritage and values. He's promising to end the Netherlands' asylum seeker programs, like totally, completely zero asylum seekers from this point forward. And he's a huge supporter of the Dutch farmers that rose up against the previous Dutch government's attempts to basically shut down the Dutch agricultural industry, which is number 2 in the world.
Stand up, guy.
And that election in the Netherlands came on the heels, of course, of the huge presidential
My
election
boy.
in Argentina, where Javier Milei, who's often referred to as the Argentinian Trump, you can see the hair resemblance, right?
So no wonder Joy Behar was on The View talking about, and there's some things going on around the whole world. I mean, did you hear what happened in Argentina? This right-wing fascist don't even realize that this is a populist movement, and it's all surrounding nationalism and common sense and freedom. Nationalism, love of your country, common sense policies, not far right, policies that benefit the people, not the powerful. We want to empower the people, all right? And if you become rich or powerful in doing that, I ain't trying to hate on nobody's ability to make as much money as they want and all of that. But when you do it by, just trashing the people, selling the people out, then you got to go. Then you got to go. When you do it like Joe Biden did it, you got to go. And like many of our politicians been doing it for decades, you got to go. Seems like they all get in office and get richer. And other countries get richer and more powerful as well. But not the people, not us, the people that should be benefiting. And Trump was all about that, and that's why they hate him. Let's see.
But more than that, he's a nationalist, populist, political outsider that's taking on the Argentinian left-wing political establishment like no one else. Well, he won the presidential election in a massive landslide, defeating their sitting economic minister, Sergio Massa, by double digits.
You know George of the Jungle is having a fit. Our diabolical scheme is failing. The people are rebelling. And George, you know who, probably is having a fit. And then there's Ireland. Oh, God, Ireland. They're always after me, Lucky Charms. What are you doing, Ireland?
And one thing I strongly agree with the deputy on is the need to set a target to have a number of people from ethnic minorities in areas of the public service. We have a health service that's very diverse, although less so as you go up towards the senior positions.
I don't want to hear the word. They made me hate the word diverse. I mean, they use these words, and now when I hear them, I think of things. I'm sitting at another liberal talking point, another crazy goal and objective that's unnecessary. Diversity should become something that is organic and natural. You don't force diversity, or you'll create resentment. That's what you'll do. That's all you'll do. Resentment. If I'm on a football team and you just stick a dude in there that can't play for diversity and he takes my spot, that's not diversity. I'm not going to embrace that. I'm going to get mad. I'm going to get mad. I'm going to be like, yo, just to show that we got a disabled person playing running back, I got to sit the bench now. So that's not diverse. Y'all might be at a virtue signal, but the people that you're forcing it on are going, you're making us more divided and bitter. Okay. But that's what they use, diversity, for diversity's sake. See, that's what I don't like. If you're going to be diverse, you should be welcoming to natural diversity. But you don't create forced diversity. So now Ireland, with all of these Irish-born white folks, now going to try to force a whole bunch of people of color in there. Just for so we can say, look at us. Look at this. We're not 97% white anymore. We got a lot of people of color.
Not so much in the garden.
Trust me. Sorry, y'all. If people of color wanted to go to Ireland, they would. So when they try to force diversity and say it's not enough representation, maybe it's because folks don't want to. Don't you come trying to say, well, you know what, we ain't got enough black pilots. Maybe they don't like to fly. We don't have enough black hockey players because black people don't like the ice. See, there's a reason why they gravitate towards the basketball court and the football field. Maybe they don't want to be gymnasts or swimmers. But here y'all are blaming it on racism and a lack of acceptance, and so stupid. Unbelievable.
Not so much in the defence forces, not so much in the education sector, as the deputy mentioned, not at all in the civil service, which is very white, including the department.
Which is very white. It just this self-loathing. Self-loathing is so phony. The virtue signaling, which is I'm thinking, you're white. Good grief. You're white. Shut up and enjoy your white life, man. I'm enjoying my black life. You enjoy your white life, and we all get along. These weren't pressing issues until the last 10 years or so. They start pushing this crap. Now, they subtly start sprinkling, but now it's a full-out press. Everything. And they do it by throwing mud on whiteness like it's a shame to be white. Now, that's coming from a black man. I'm sitting there defending all of the white folks right about now, just like I got to defend all the women out there. I'm sitting there going, man, I have to become an advocate. All of this reverse racism. Now I'm going, whoa. Y'all done straight overcompensate. But see, what kills me is coming from white people. It's crazy to me. And I'm sitting back going, nobody should stops and says, wait, aren't you white? I mean, did you forget that? Because if you're trying to create all this diversity and it's too white, get your tail out of whatever parliament this is. Surrender your job to the 3% of black folks or so in Ireland. Surrender it. It's unreal to me that these people try to pull this garbage off.
Department of Equality, for example, and that actually needs to change.
When you think about it,
listen to this.
All law, all legislation is about the restriction of freedom. That's exactly what we're doing here, is we are restricting freedom, but we're...
Now, they are walking down the path of destruction. So, because they're so woke in Ireland, so diverse, all of that, now they're coming out saying the quiet part out loud. So, apparently, somebody from another country stabbed some kids and folks got mad. Conor McGregor said some things. Now they want to investigate him. And then this woman comes out and talks about restricting freedom of speech. It's good. It's good. Yeah, we have to.
We're doing it for the common good. You will see throughout our constitution.
The common good. So you determined that, right, little Caucasian liberal lady? Ireland, they should be like, oh, heck no. This ain't about to happen. Because if they surrender and allow them to push legislation and it passes, Ireland's done. Because these are the type of people that will sit back and determine what that freedom of speech looks like to them. See, they'll be going, you know what, I think that was a little, offensive to this person over here. So wait, one person out of all of the millions in Ireland got upset. So now we can't say this word, or we can't make this joke. We can't watch this show. This is crazy. And any free country should be condemning this. And I guarantee you, Funky Biden ain't gonna come out like, I heard what they're trying to do in Ireland, and it's because we support freedom of speech, we're gonna go openly condemn what Ireland's. Nope, wouldn't do that. In fact, you probably would be like, I wish we could do what Ireland's doing. In fact, we tried, but we got busted.
Yes, you have rights, but they are restricted for the common good.
Yes, you have rights, but they are restricted for the common good. Who do you think you are? Giving people their rights and saying they're restricted for the common good that I choose. Whatever I choose the common good is, that's what it is. You understand me? So now they're playing the role of mom and dad. See, that's one of them things where they're, well, mama, why you get to smoke cigarettes and I can't? Because you know what? I'm your mama. That's why. Okay. well, Dad, you know what? You shouldn't be doing that. You told me it was wrong. Look, I'm right even if I am wrong because I'm your dad. So now she just can determine at any moment what is right and what is wrong for the common good. And trying to create a society where everybody's feelings have to be bubble wrapped. Do you understand how chaotic and crazy things will get? You are opening up a recipe for either government complete control over what you say and what you think, or you're going to create a whole bunch of whiny victims. Everybody's going to say, excuse me, I'm offended too. What about me? I'm offended that he's offended. Well, you know what? I'm offended that you think I'm offended. That's what would end up happening. And here she is for the common good.
Everything needs to be balanced. And if your views on other people's identities go to make their lives unsafe, insecure, and cause them such deep discomfort that
they should go and get a tissue for their issue. That's what should happen. Here's a tissue for your issue. You need to be a little more hardcore. So I'm not going to walk around society tiptoeing around you. And this is what they're trying to do in 2023. This is absolutely fascinating. And there will be a time where coming out and even suggesting this, they would be like, what? Do we need to burn you at the stake? Do we need to go ahead and say, let's throw this person in a slammer for even threatening our speech like this? She's openly talking about governmental control of what you can say. And yet they determine what that is. Talking about is for the common good. You mean for you guys? Are y'all the common good? Because see, at that point, you can't even criticize them. This also bubble wraps them. He who makes the rules can break the rules. They will be able to say whatever they want to say. But no definition of what it is. It'll be very vague, kind of like YouTube when it comes down to their policies. Yeah, they won't tell you exactly what you can say, but kind of what you can say. So many times I've asked, what did I say was wrong? We can't really say. Well, what am I allowed to say? We can't tell you what you're allowed to say. But yet you can judge me whenever you feel like it. See, that's what that would do. And Ireland better wake the heck up.
they cannot live in peace, then I believe that it is our job as legislators to restrict those freedoms for the common good.
That don't even sound right. That don't even sound natural. It is our job as a legislator to restrict those rights for the common good. We're not talking about physical attacks. We're not talking about the right to live where you want to live, go where you want to, basic rights. We're not talking about that. She has broken it all the way down to what you say. I mean, it don't get more crazier than that. Now, they're rolling down the Hitler street right now. Yeah, you're talking about restrict your rights for the common good. You can't say stuff. Because if you can stifle people's speech, you kill their ideas. If you get them scared to say what they think, then what they would consider stinking thinking won't spread. Stinking thinking to these people is questioning their power and questioning their narratives. So they're saying, if we can stifle these people's speech just by making it up, wake up that day, what'd he say? Oh, yeah. That's offensive to, I'm sure, somebody, but mostly me. So here's a fine. Here's some jail time. Here's a punishment. I would be getting out of Ireland if this right here passed. If this passed, I would be like citizenship. I would feel like a political refugee. That would be a reason to try to get citizenship here in the United States. A place where, as of now, you can still say what you want to say. Don't know how long that's going to last, though. But Elon goes off because he's using his freedom of speech. Companies boycott X, Apple, Disney, Comcast. See, they want to do that anyway. They were looking for a reason to withdraw their money from Elon Musk, from X, because they're globalists too. They're like, what? Media Matters posted something that's not confirmed and it found out that they manipulated stuff and now they're getting sued. Well, hey, instead of waiting for a second to see if this is true or not, we're just going to go ahead and pull out all our advertisement. Unbelievable. And this is the message Elon is sending to them.
There was all of the criticism. There was advertisers leaving. We talked to Bob Iger today. I hope they stop. You hope? Don't advertise. You don't want them to advertise?
No.
What do you mean?
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go yourself.
Thank you.
But go yourself.
Just in case you didn't hear it the first time.
Is that clear?
Hell yes.
I hope it is. Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience.
Well, let me ask you then.
That guy's confused. He don't know what to do with this. He's sitting back hoping Elon will go into a pity party and start begging. I need him back. Please. We don't want to go out of business. See, but my man said, okay, go F yourself. Is that clear? Any questions about that? So now the commentator is, are you serious? Yes. Yes, I am serious. Okay, but isn't that going to be...
Look. That's how I feel. Don't advertise. So no. Actually, what this advertising boycott is going to do? It's going to kill the company.
Yeah.
And do you think that
and the whole world will know that those advertisers killed the company, and we will document it in great detail.
Yeah. And see, that's the goal. They would rather burn X down than to let it be a free speech platform. Soon as Elon bought it, they were like, oh, we got to stop this dude. That goes to show their real goal and agenda with Twitter. They use Twitter as their own personal communication, manipulation organization. That's what it was. They allowed the powerful government agencies to manipulate them, control them, suppress people's speech, demon and labeling stuff as whatever they wanted to. It was like Ireland, but only it was in secret. That's all it was. It was like Ireland, but it was only in secret. They weren't out there saying, we need to make sure that. So when he bought it, they lost one of their greatest weapons. I wish he would buy YouTube. And the first thing the left does is unite against any entity that is a threat to them or something they control. And they say, we'll burn it down before we let you have it. So how do we do it? We'll go after your money. YouTube goes after I see what they do. If they can't come out and just say, we don't like you black conservative commentators because you're influential. So what we're going to do is power down your reach. We're going to restrict your views. We're going to remove your subscribers. And then what does that indirectly do? It impacts sponsors, advertisement, all of that. So if they could choke your money out, then they can put you out of business and say, it organically happened. Don't know what happened. They just stop. And go after them and say, if you're going to advertise with Elon Musk, then we're going to go ahead and boycott you. And these companies are big behind chickens. Even if they weren't a part of this global push, they're still scared to death because so many powerful agencies could go after them. They don't want to find themselves on the ugly end of being boycotted and stuff like that. So the first thing they do is flee for their lives. So Elon's like, okay, shut it down, because people love X, and they're going to find out that the left and all of his greed, anger, resentment towards Elon manipulated and scared all of these bootleg advertisers away. So technically, they are responsible for it because they didn't have a backbone.
But those advertisers, I imagine, are going to say, we didn't kill the company.
Oh, yeah?
They're going to say...
Tell it to Earth.
Yeah, tell it to Earth, because, see, I know they did. See, common sense people would say, yes, they did. So what he's trying to say is the advertisers are going to say, our hands are clean. See, this is how the powerful operates when they want to control, the population. When they want to silence speech, the FBI and all of them were working with Twitter and saying, we just simply suggested. We never told them what to do. Therefore, our hands are clean. We just ran workshops. They're outsourcing all of their suppression. So what these companies are doing is saying, oh, we didn't shut him down. He did it himself. But no, you did it. See, because you allowed this little story to come out and y'all said, oh, we're out. This is our excuse to get out. Unreal.
But they're going to say, Elon, that you killed the company because you said these things and that they were inappropriate things and they didn't feel comfortable on the platform, right? That's what they're going to say.
And let's see how Earth responds to that.
Yeah. And the smart people are already responding. Disney is one of the companies that pulled out. And I saw today that many people are canceling their Disney subscription. There it is. Canceling their subscription to Disney, even though it sucks anyway. But hey, somebody else went off. Dana, baby, from the UFC. Everybody mad. Listen to this.
Especially the media. If the media tells you you've got something that's going to fail, it's definitely going to fucking win. The media are the dumbest, know nothing, do nothing, never fucking built nothing, motherfuckers,
like the Democrats
on planet Earth. So when they say it isn't going to work, you got a fucking home run, man. You know what I mean? Just jump in and grind. The media, these guys, think about who these people are. When you really think about the media, who are they? Where did they come from? Why does their opinion matter? What have they ever done? What have they ever created? What have they ever built? Who's ever depended on a paycheck from the media? Nobody. They are a bunch of fucking zeros that sit around and write stories about people who are actually doing.
Yes! I love it. I love it. Everybody is like, I'm going to exercise my freedom of speech and light into all of these people who think they have power over our lives and our minds, like their opinions count that much. And they get offended when folks reject it. I mean, they be upset. I can't believe it. It's our job to tell people what to think. And you look at the media and you look at these Democrats, mostly Democrats, but probably some Republicans too. They sit back and they'll tell you something won't work. And you go, why not? When Obama came out, I mean, listen, he's talking about he's bringing back manufacturing jobs. I mean, just how's he going to do that? Unless he has a magic wand. And I'm thinking, well, it's not impossible. We had jobs here once. I mean, you're making it seem like this is something. What? Oh, Trump did it? He brought them back? I thought it was impossible. So when dumb people like that, who ain't never built nothing, ain't never done nothing, okay, when they come out and they say stuff like that, Trump's going, I built things. I actually ran a business. I know how business works. What have you done? You were a guy who they handpicked and propped up and stuck out there. See, so when they say stuff like that, hey, I'm going to do the opposite. Speaking of opposite, y'all, we're about to come down the stretch. Y'all want to see some real human garbage? Y'all want to see some personification? Here we go. This is human garbage. Mucus!
It also doesn't address the other sort of elephant in the room, which is dealing with the undocumented immigrants who are already here in the nation. And I know it's been a political football as to trying to figure out the best way to address that. But I'm going to ask you, what is the best way to address that from your perspective?
Send them home.
The answer is quite clear and quite straightforward, and we've been waiting for it for about 30 years. And that is to fix a system that everyone agrees is fundamentally broken.
Now, notice Mucus is talking faster now. He ain't filibustering because he's on a friendly channel. But when he's up there in Congress and they let him have it, I'd like to be clear. I had once set up when I was 13. I worked in. Now he's speaking fast. Yeah, so he can talk fast, but he chooses not to when he is under the microscope. But now he goes right back to the go-to. 30 years, there's a broken system for 30 years, and this and this and that. Mucus, you broke it. You broke it.
And we need congressional action. And for the 12 million people who are here in the United States who have been contributing so fundamentally to our country's well-being. They're our neighbors, our friends.
No. 12 million people. I wonder if he's talking about the 12 million that was here before he got in office, or the 12 million he created while he was in office. Because if that's the case, the 12 million that's here now because of his policy changes, those folks aren't contributing nothing. They are sucking the life out of so many cities. The government's using all this money to fly them around, house them, feed them, building stuff for them. And he's talking about that. They're our brothers and our sisters. Most of them don't even speak the language. Don't try to make us just embrace them by just saying warm and fuzzy things. They're our brother and we need to break. Nope. Don't try to gaslight us into that. I don't hate these people, but they're not American citizens. Yeah, I'm not coming in with the arms wide open. I'm not going to say stay as long as you want. No. I'm saying, I'm sad you had to make this trip, and I'm sorry you listened to creepy, sleepy, sleazy, slimy, sloppy Joe and these raggedy Democrats. But America is a sovereign country, and we can't yet take care of our own people. So, hey, y'all got to go. No, don't look that way. Y'all got to go. Okay? Now, peace. That's what should happen. But mucus, talking about the millions, our brothers and sisters, Border Patrol clocking 1,000 known gotaways per day. That's why I said he's human garbage. 1,000 gotaways per day. Over 23,000 people in October.
No, don't let him go.
They said that's Joe Biden right there when it comes down to illegals. No, let him go. Because that is exactly what is happening in our country right now. Right now, all of these 1,000 gotaways a day. Can you imagine that?
We have new numbers, a new report from the U.S. House Committee on Homeland Security Majority. They say the price tag per year is $451 billion.
And yet they're contributing to our society. Are they contributing that much? 400 and something billion dollars?
$451 billion.
Yeah, I'm sure they're making it up, working on the farmland or doing something out there. I don't know what they're all doing. It looks like they're all laying in the streets to me. I mean, from what I can see, look like they posted up in tents up there in Chicago, inside the police station, New York, chilling out in hotels. You know, that's what it looks like to me. Don't look like they out there. All right, I finished a 12-day work. Let's see, how many of my tax dollars are going towards the... Not happening. But, mucus, these are our brothers and sisters that's contributed.
That is both for the housing and care of the asylum seekers as well as those known gotaways.
Unbelievable. Known gotaways. The border report, nearly 1.6 million gotaways in U.S. since January 21st. How can you even fix your lips to say you're doing your job? This is the perfect definition of job failure. Perfect definition of it. This man got there. I'm proud of the work that the men and women are doing. I don't want to hear nothing about the proud men and women. You're responsible for this. And there's no way you can tell me that if you did self-evaluation, if they say, mucus, how would you rank your job performance 1 to 10? It should be -10. There's no way you can say, I have broken every record by allowing the most people to come across the border, the most gotaways, and the most attempt for terrorists to come, and the most fentanyl, and the most. He's the most guy. He's the most, but it's the negative most. So I guarantee you his arrogant lying butt will get up there. I am very proud of my work and what we are doing. He's killing us, man. And then you get the RINOs that we're about to reveal, who for some reason, after all of this, voted not to impeach this guy. Shame before God.
1.6 million.
Anyways.
We have a secure border.
All borders are.
Bullshit.
Look at how secure it is, y'all. Look at how secure it is. Look at them all working, contributing back into society right there. That right there is a standstill job. They're working on that train. You know, all day long they work so hard till the sun is going down. Working on the highways and
There's not enough
byways.
to just build back. We have to build back better than before.
That's how the Border Patrol is right now.
Nation says if you want to flee and you're fleeing oppression, you should come. Our country is going to hell.
And how, Trump? And how? That is just about it with the Border Patrol at this point. Come on, y'all, man. Stop, man. Come on, y'all play too much. That right there looked just like when it was up there on J6 And those police officers, oh, come on, y'all, stop, man. Hey, y'all, oh, shoot them down. Oh, man. Oh, the little bike rack couldn't stop y'all, and us 5 police officers couldn't do nothing. So it's broken by design. We have all the information we need to impeach Mucus, and yet our raggedy behind RINOs chose not to. And none other than Marge Green had to come out and expose our raggedy RINOs. Let's see who it is.
That we just had on the House floor. We had 8 Republicans vote with the Democrats to send my articles of impeachment back to committee where articles of impeachment go to die. They just voted, these 8 Republicans just voted with the Democrats to protect Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas from impeachment, which is absolute.
That's like protecting Jeffrey Dahmer from prison. Ted Bundy from the electric chair, stuff like that. Even all the evidence is there, and we got a confession out of him, and there's bodies everywhere and carnage. We don't feel that he needs the death penalty. We think that he deserves a second chance at life after taking about 120 people's lives. See, this is how much overwhelming evidence we have on Mucus. And yet these raggedy RINOs voted to protect his stinking job. He might as well not even have a job because nothing's getting done.
Absolutely unbelievable. You see, we all know the facts, we know the numbers, and we know how bad the invasion is at the border every single day. I serve on the Homeland Committee, and we've done hearing after hearing after hearing. As we have reported and talked to eyewitnesses, interviewed people, we have found out how bad it is at the border, and yet we can't get Republicans to impeach Secretary Mayorkas.
It's a shame. This is one of the moments where I'm like, we need a third party. Need the MAGA party. Can't be having folks sitting there that dumb. What do they have on you to where you say, well, yeah, Mucus is horrible. The border's the worst it's ever been. Americans are dying. But hey, let's not be hasty. Let's not impeach this dude. These are those moments where you got all the evidence and the right to actually impeach somebody, and they chose not to. I mean, we ain't doing this like Democrats. I sat there through all of those hearings, listening to Mucus, listening to Border Patrol, presenting all the evidence, and watching these same RINOs get up there and criticize Mucus. And then when it comes down to doing something about it, you decide, let him go. That's like a judge, like Comey. That's what it is. It's like Comey with Hillary Clinton. She did destroy the Blackberries. She did burn up all her cell phones and stuff and smash up all the things and bleach bit them, all of that stuff. She did delete all these emails. She was absolutely reckless and careless. But at the end of the day, you have to prove that she had intent. And I'm sitting there listening to all the evidence. I'm going, oh, he's about to recommend her for some charges. And then you get to the end and you say, let her go. So all of this crap Mucus has been doing, we watching it going, oh man, impeachment should be a slam dunk with this guy. And then you get 8 of them say, nope.
This is outrageous. Let's talk about this. We have 4 of these Republicans serve on the Judiciary Committee. Now, the Judiciary Committee is where my articles of impeachment on Secretary Mayorkas have been sitting and collecting dust for months and months and months now.
Just like that laptop did at the FBI. Just goes to show how rank and funky and stinking our government is. Our judicial system, everything, man. It's the pits. So now we got articles of impeachment sitting out there collecting dust too.
Without movement.
While Mucus is out there doing damage. There you go. Let's wait it out until all the damage is done.
And so there's 4 of these 8 that voted to send it back to the Judiciary Committee, where it will once again collect dust and have no movement to impeach Secretary Mayorkas. This is unbelievable.
So let's not stop the bleeding by impeaching this guy. That's what they're saying. That's like us having all of the information on a serial killer. We know he's out there looking to kill again. He's going to do it. We know his location. We know where he's at. We could stop it. We could make sure there's minimal damage if we just catch him right now. Okay, but no, let's wait to pick him up. Yeah, we'll pick him up sometime next month. Problem is, how much more damage will he do while we're sitting around? You know what? At some point, I'm going to get around and going and locking him up, chasing him down. Unreal. So while they're pooting and farting around and putting these articles in a cabinet somewhere, Mucus is out there keeping the border open. Folks are dying because, see, he's responsible for that. That's why I use the example of a serial killer. What he's doing is really assisting mass serial killing, mass overdose and murder through fentanyl coming across our border. And then sometimes these illegal immigrants come over and kill our citizens. And Mucus is assisting it. And our Republicans are letting him continue to damage us.
Because everyone all over America knows how bad this guy is, and that he is willfully breaking our laws and allowing the invasion to happen. Over 300 Americans are dying every single day, and 2 of my constituents were killed last week by a human smuggler trafficking illegal aliens in Texas. This cannot continue.
It can't. And if those were my family members, I would be like, where's Mucus? I'm done talking. I got my boots on right now. I'd be like, I would like to plant both of these boots in Mucus's nostrils. There you go. Plug up all that drainage, all that mucus.
Several of these, as a matter of fact, 3 of the 8 Republicans are from the state of California that gets invaded every single day. How do they vote against impeachment of Secretary Mayorkas?
Because they're dumb.
I can't understand it. So it's Vince, Buck. Well, let's talk about Kim Buck. Kim Buck is retiring. So we know why he voted no. He's just voting revenge.
There's one.
Against
Kim Butt. Yeah, he's retiring. So he's going out like John McCain. I'm just going to ruin it for everybody.
It's anybody he doesn't like. Apparently, he doesn't like his state of Colorado very much, and he doesn't like the people that sent him here to do his job. But he serves on judiciary, and he's retiring. So he doesn't care what happens to Mayorkas. He simply doesn't care about anything. Duarte from the state of California. He also voted against our border bill earlier this year.
Why call yourself a Republican? That's my question. Why are these people even walking around? They're like, what's the chick on The View? He's a man baby. A man baby. Him, the little Puerto Rican chick on The View, her. She's always trying to act like she's a Republican. No, you're not. We all know you're not. Just stop calling yourself that.
I guess Duarte from California not only doesn't want to impeach Secretary Mayorkas, he doesn't want to even secure the border whatsoever. Wow. So he must actually support Joe Biden and Secretary Mayorkas.
Yeah, might as well be a Democrat.
Virginia Fox, I can't understand why she did this.
Can't believe the Silver Fox did this. I can't believe Tweety Bird's grandmother voted against this.
The Ed and Workforce Committee. I can't understand why she would vote to refer this back to committee.
All I can think of is maybe they got something on you. I mean, there is no way you should be able to see what we've been seeing and say, nah, let's give this guy a break. There's no way. It has to be, hey, listen, remember back in 1985, we all had that party and you got caught in the bathroom with those 2 midgets and the monkey. Do we need to release that story? The midget and the monkey story? We don't need it? Okay. Yeah. So I need you to not vote for this crap. Something had to happen to make these dummies go, nah.
When everyone knows how bad Mayorkas is, Daryl Issa from California, Judiciary.
Can't believe this guy.
There you go. Send them back to committee where they can sit there and do nothing. Tom McClintock, another California Judiciary Committee member, voted with the Dems to protect Secretary Mayorkas. Patrick McHenry, chair of Financial Services,
look at this nerd.
Voted with the Democrats to protect Secretary Mayorkas and send my articles of impeachment back to the Judiciary Committee where they will collect more dust along with all the other articles.
While Mucus is collecting more damage. There you go. Yeah, buy him some more time. so he can continue wrecking our country.
Of impeachment that are collecting dust.
This
over
next
there.
one's embarrassing.
And then we've got Mike Turner from Ohio, chair of Intel. You would think the chairman of the Intel committee knows really how bad the dangers are.
Thank you. Thank you, Angie. Yeah, so this guy, he's representing Ohio. And guess what I'm going to do? It's going to be to the point where they answer the phone like, yes, Kevin. Yeah, I'm calling back again to tell you how much I despise this man. Thank you. We've noted it. Okay. All right. You don't need to call back again. Okay. Read out. It's Kevin again. Girl, you get it. I ain't getting it. That dude called like 8 times a day. You know, I'm sick of this, man. You know what? Just send him a voicemail. That's how I feel right now. That dude's going to hear from me in Ohio. Why would you do this?
The southern border. I would think he'd be one of the first ones to vote for impeachment of Secretary Mayorkas, but unfortunately, he voted with the Democrats to protect Secretary Mayorkas. I don't know how we ever win, guys, if we can't get Republicans to stick together and hold people accountable and impeach someone that needs to be impeached. You know, Mayorkas has expected this coming for so long now. He hired an attorney a long time ago. I guess he's wasted his money with his attorney because we can't even vote to move it to be debated on the House floor.
So basically, Republicans are his attorney. We're going to defend him. Put your money away. Your money's no good here, Mucus. Your money's no good here. We got you. It's bad when Mucus even expects to get impeached. He's probably sitting back, I can't believe they... It's like when you're supposed to get a whooping and you don't get it. You're like, I can't believe they forgot. Wow, I thought I was going to get beat. Unbelievable.
To hold a vote. So the final total tonight was 209 Democrats to 201 Republicans, and Republicans supposedly hold the majority here in Congress. That's something you wouldn't necessarily know because we sure don't act like it. We sure do enable Joe Biden. We enable Mayorkas. We enable an open border. We enable an illegal invasion that's murdering Americans every single day.
Thank you. Marge is real. I mean, I know she feels like she's out there in a battle all by herself. And there's a few other hardcore Republicans that will ride and die. But it's so many others that got jelly for a spine. Jelly back. She is straight calling out everything that we see. And I'm saying, y'all just letting damage just go. All y'all do is complain. Complain about it, but never be about it. I'm so sick of Republicans going up there. This administration is damaging this and they're doing that and they're killing the ecosystem. And then, y'all, it's almost like they're not creative enough or willing to do the things it takes to stop this stuff from happening. Democrats, they will use every resource they have to stop Republicans or to push their agenda, even if it goes way above and beyond the law. And we can't even figure out ways to do it within the law. There's no way that Trump should be under 4 indictments. No way. Matt Gaetz gave a wonderful example and process that they could have went through that would have made sure Trump wasn't prosecuted by any of these people. But they just went on business as usual.
But we can't even move for a vote to impeach Secretary Mayorkas. This should be very frustrating to many people. I know it's frustrating to me. It's frustrating to everyone I talk to. And this type of lack of will, lack of courage, lack of, I don't even know what. They're lacking a lot to actually hold Secretary Mayorkas accountable and impeach him is shameful. It's absolutely shameful. So if we're sending articles of impeachment back to the Judiciary Committee.
Somebody said, who was the reps that said no? She listed 7 of them. If you're just joining the show, if you just rewind a little bit, you'll see. She just listed them all. And I actually put their picture in there so you can see who they are. Unfortunately, we have one from Ohio.
My question is when is the Judiciary Committee going to pick them up and actually work them through committee? And if we have people serving on Judiciary Committee that don't believe in impeachment, then why are they on this committee?
Thank you.
What is the point of them being there? Because Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas should be impeached, and that should have been done That should have been done at the very beginning of our Congress because he started his job back in 2021 and we watched for 2 years.
See how smart people think? People who really want to get things done, they look at it through that lens. See, when I'm sitting back saying, wait a minute, so for 2 years we watched this man wreak havoc at our border. We watched him come up to Congress, get exposed, get embarrassed, all of it for 2 years. Now when we get the power, we shouldn't take another year or two to decide, oh, well, are we going to impeach him or not? We gathered that information the first 2 years. So now, the day that we took over power, we should have been sitting there waiting. Like 3, 2, 1, we're in power. There you go. Articles of impeachment. Same thing with Creepy Sleepy. We sat back for 2 years watching this stuff. For 2 years, we watched the FBI get busted doing stuff. For 2 years, we watched Mayor Garlick get caught trying to spy on people and sigging the FBI on people. For 2 years, we exposed all of these people's corruption. So then when we take power, it should be like a handoff. Our case should have been built during those 2 years. But now we get in power, and for some reason now we got to start fresh. I'm like, what happened to all of the evidence you gathered the first 2 years? It should be day one. She was one of the few people who had articles of impeachment, like right there in her back pocket when we switched power. And they rejected it then. I think it's just personal against her. It's unreal to me that our sorry Republicans can't get anything done. Do you know the Democrats would have impeached everybody in the whole organization day one if they'd have taken back power?
2 whole years while the Democrats had control. Nancy Pelosi was Speaker of the House. We watched Mayorkas for 2 years willfully allow an invasion in our southern border.
Right.
Southern border where 300 Americans are dying every single day. And now we finally have control in the House and we cannot move to impeach him. I think you guys know exactly what to do about this, and I'm sure you're just as upset as I am.
Call me.
And I'm sure you're just as outraged at why
I am.
Any Republican would vote with the Democrats
RINOs.
to refer articles of impeachment back to committee where they go to die. They go to die, and nothing happens to them. Please make sure
Marge,
that you
one of the
call
best.
people and let them know. And I know you'll do that. Thanks so much, guys.
There you go. Call people and let them know. Marge is one of the best, man. Now, I'm over my time. Let me see what I had
have
next.
ordered a recount of votes.
Oh, the voter fraud. We'll do that tomorrow. We'll say that for tomorrow, y'all. The voter fraud. So we'll pick back up with that tomorrow. But Marjorie Taylor Greene had to go ahead and expose that mess, which I'm so glad she did. Because apparently our Republicans, they ain't got no spine. So Marjorie Taylor Greene is like, yo, I'm going to call y'all out. I'm going to let your constituents know. Because I don't think there's not one Republican in any of those areas that voted for that these people who rejected those articles, not one voter would say, you did the right thing. I mean, let mucus keep wreaking havoc. They always say, what do you do? You got the power and didn't know what to do with it? You've been waiting to get back in power and this is what you did with it? Nothing? These last 2 years, what most I could see that came out of the Republican this last year and a half when they took over is Mike Johnson releasing the J6 footage. That's about it. It's the only thing I could think of. I'm like, okay, yeah, we finally got the J6 footage. All right, what else did we do? Talk the good game. Oh, now we do got some information about Joe Biden and all his corruption. However, that right there we knew forever. Knew forever. So I don't know what's taking so long with all of this stuff, but it's burning me up. So God bless y'all. God bless America. When you rewatch this, if any of these people were in your district, let them have it, man. Let them have it. I will be reaching out to that sorry behind dude in ours and letting him have it. So thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Man, tomorrow's Friday. I will be back. I'll be back. That's right, y'all. Get to the chopper now. Yeah, a little bit of Arnold Schwarzenegger. So anyway, I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for kicking it with me. Don't forget to hit that like button, share my videos, follow me on all the other platforms and stuff like that. And let me think what else. Oh, please, if you can, contribute to the channel. The link is below because they're trying to Elon Musk me. But the link is below. If you want to help out, you can do that. Don't forget to check my other channel out. Subscribe to my alternative channel, please. And I think that's it. So let's go. I know you see the 8s. Tear up the place, yeah. See y'all next time in Kevin's Corner. Take care.